Okay, I want to show you guys another pass. This is the chin strap pass, okay? So this is using a chin strap control to pass from the headquarters. All right, so I'll show you guys what it looks like. Come this way a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. So the movements behind this pass are as follows. Okay, so come this way a little bit. I'm gonna establish my positive headquarters. So I'm killing the De La Riva. I'm pinning with my arms, right? But now I'm gonna get into more like a floating forward pressure De La Riva or a headquarters, where I'm not so far back thinking about passing out here, okay? So what I think about doing is dropping my knee here in the pocket and leaning my weight over my opponent, okay? And now a lot of times what they'll do is they'll start getting on their side. They'll think about controlling my leg, maybe pulling my leg into a single leg X, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm getting rid of the frame by circling, and now I'm going behind his head with my arm, and I'm throwing my body north-south and reaching around and controlling his jaw, okay? So as I circle, boom, I'm going here. See, and I'm controlling his jaw, okay? The other thing I'm doing is I'm controlling his arm and just holding it to me for now, and I'm gonna keep him here and stop his ability to turn left and right by holding his face and also controlling his bicep, okay? Now, once I get here, I'm gonna underhook his arm. So I'm reaching under and controlling, and then I'm gonna walk my body back over his head, lift my ribs up over his body, and now I can release and control his head and start to pin his hips and roll him up, okay? I start to lean my weight forward. Okay, I like to go really far forward. Okay, circle my hand. I'm going around his chin, controlling his jaw here, and controlling his arm. If I can get the underhook right away, I will. But all I want to think about doing is just making sure he can't turn left or right from here. Okay, so if I just have the underhook, it's very hard for him to turn to his left, right? But he can turn to his right here. Okay. So when I have his jaw, my main goal is to stop him from turning to his right. So if he turns to his right, my chin control stops it. Turning to his left is not as hard, okay? So I need both of these. A lot of times, I'll end up with the overhook first. And so you have to be kind of fast when you're here to get the underhook, because there's a moment where you don't have control of him and he's gonna turn face down, okay? And I'm gonna have to control his arm. Okay, so I like to pinch it between my jaw a little bit, and then I'll start to get on my side, and then I'll shoot my underhook. Okay, and now, of course, you can finish the guillotine from here. There's a lot of ways to finish. You can finish from mount, you can re-pull and finish your guillotine. But I really like to use this to get myself past the legs and start to get myself back on top to finish my pass. Okay, so I start to walk myself over. I pick my hips up, and I put my ribs on the other side of his face. So right now, my right side is touching his cheek. I lift my ribs up, and I start to go face down. And I'll keep control of his chin for as long as I can. And then as I start to square and face him, if I want, I can let go, finish my pass with head and arm control. See, he has his arm kind of between us a little bit. This isn't a problem. I just walk myself down towards his hips until his arm pops out. And then I'll use my shoulder to roll him up and start to get my knee underneath his body. Okay? So the main idea for this pass is to clear the frame before you go. Okay, so circle, clear the frame, and then you're diving behind his head. And the more he's sitting up off of his back, the easier it's going to be. I find that when I'm looking for this and I'm kind of being really like forward heavy like this, them getting on their side like this is exactly what I want. Okay, so I'm going to kill the frame, I'm going to push it off, or I'm going to circle, and then I'm going to look to dive behind here. Okay, if you need to post, that's fine. A lot of times I'll post my hand behind their shoulder, and then I'm just looking to get my armpit behind his shoulder. And if he follows me with his hook, like follow me, it's very hard for him to maintain that hook as I throw myself north-south. Okay? Try to turn up into me, Iggy. There's not really anywhere he can go from here. It's kind of a weird, almost pinning position. If he tries to roll into his back, like roll over top of me, it's very easy to keep him down. Like my legs are always going to win this fight. Okay? And I have time to bring myself back over. I can work with my knee if I need to clear his frame from my hip, and then start to control his head. Okay? So try that one out. It's a really good addition.